Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 213 for the 16th of July 2023. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly. Sorry about the sniff.
Hey, you're back. You're back. You were on holiday.
Well, as far as everybody's aware, I've never been away, but yeah, we went to Gran Canaria for 5 days, and then came back, and then we came back. Right, it was lovely, lovely time. Then we came back, and then today I saw the BBC reports on like fires from the sun. It's so hot over there just now.
In Gran Canaria?
So like bushfires. 500 people have been evacuated apparently.
Good grief.
And one of the islands, not I don't think it was the island we were on, but there's lots of wee islands that make up Gran Canaria.
And
or the Canary Islands, rather.
The Iron Man in the hotel room.
Exactly. So it was one of the Canary Islands but close enough to home. I mean, it's 38, creeping up to 40, unbearable to sleep in. Mm-hmm. So you can imagine I was just in my nappy. Huh? What?
Was there not AC in the room?
Just a fan. Just a fan swirling around the hot air.
That doesn't do anything.
It's like a fan-assisted oven.
Fans work.
It's like a fan-assisted oven.
You're essentially in one of those convection ovens. That's what you're in.
Yeah, and we couldn't open the patio doors or anything like that because mosquitoes.
They're not screen doors.
No, that's what we said. That would be perfect. Screen doors.
Okay.
And then there was a giant octopus. Not an octopus.
Squid.
that was later. There was a giant cockroach. You know, like the one in Wally.
Yeah.
Exactly like that. That tried to.
The big antenna.
Tried to get in.
I hate those
I'm like, no, and stamped it all the way across because we had a big veranda. We were quite lucky that we got a big veranda. Stomped it right across the veranda. I hope nobody was watching me. I looked like right idiot. Running. Because it looks as if I was running after nothing, probably, because we were that far away. So I was like, running out.
Like man versus bee.
Aye, basically. So I must have looked like a right tube if anybody was watching me.
We stopped the car. We got a van one year in Florida, and I pulled the sliding door open in the minivan, and there's one of those Wall-E style cockroaches there.
Big.
And I was, oh my god! I went, so it was okay. I took my shoe off and I hit it. I missed it.
They're fast.
And it ran right towards me. Sam was at the back of the van, and it ran right towards her. She's like, ah!
Yeah. Part of me later on thought I was being a bit harsh with it. I thought maybe I could befriend it like Wally did.
Yeah.
You know, have it as a pet. You know,
feed it. Survive a nuclear blast. You're not.
Yeah. What do they eat? What do they call anything? I suppose.
Anything.
Don't they?
I think anything.
They eat just rubbish.
They're just scavengers.
That's why they're quite smelly, aren't they?
Remember, if you have 2 cockroaches, you'll end up with 4. And if you have 4, you're going to end up with 8. And if you end up with 8,
God, really?
16. Yeah. They geometrically multiply.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We did the same trip. We went to Mozzie, and that was one of the things they had. It was like they opened the cupboard door, and it was like, "This is if you have 10 cockroaches," and then it was, and this is what happens after a week, and it was like 1,000 cockroaches. It was like,
that was the part that kind of worried me actually, because I thought if there's one, there's got to be more than one somewhere. Yeah. Scary times. Scary times.
Yeah. So other than that, did you have a nice time? So you were there, 38 degrees temperature. I saw the pictures. I was going to comment on one of your pictures. I thought, no, it just comes off as being dickish. But it was there was you and Daniel in the photograph, and you had a bag in your hand, and it said electronics on it.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna type, what's in the bag?
Right, okay. Yeah, that was the switch.
That's funny if it was you and me, but it would be funny if it was everybody else, because folks just go like, it says electronics. Of course, it's electronics.
I know. It was that was the switch that we took. We took the OLED.
Right, okay.
What a treat!
And the heat as well, because there is a maximum operating temperature for that, which is about 40 degrees.
No, not in the heat. No, it was later during the day, at night times. Mm-hmm. And my PS Vita as well.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Which was great. I kind of played that a little bit. Yeah. What about you?
Nothing much. No, we're
right. Okay, let's move on. I wish I'd have to do that. Actually, I could have just said, let's move on then.
No, well, you've got the power to do that now.
I can, but I didn't.
Let's talk box office.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This is our famous, world famous chart that we've got here.
Yeah.
So Guardians of the Galaxy is at the top. This is the movie to beat this year is Guardians of the Galaxy, which is way up top here at, what are we at now? $842 million clams at the box office.
Yeah.
Notice this week here though. So this is from the 9th to the 16th. So this is in the last week. The uptick of some of these movies.
You've got a lot of similar colours there, though.
I know. I'm sorry. It's Google. It's the Googles.
Oh man,
they just choose
Google
these
colours.
Google colours.
Google colours.
I know. That's what I'm saying is they just choose these Google colours.
Very confusing.
I'll change it for next time. Sorry, boss. Anyway,
I was just the producer in my ear there.
But these colours are too. It's quite extraordinary. Remarkable. So Transformers, Elemental, and Indiana Jones have all done a wee bit of an uptick.
Oh, that's good.
Since last week, so that's nice.
I think we predicted that because I think good things were getting said about them.
Yeah. Because those movies, I mean, you said Element. I haven't seen Elementals yet, but there's nothing wrong with Dial of Destiny. It's an Indiana Jones movie. The only thing I think the only thing we agree on is some of the action sequences could be shortened a wee bit. Yeah. But after all this time, is too much indie? I don't think it is.
No, it's not.
But yeah, I mean, this one here in the sort of salmon, I think we'll call it.
Okay.
This one here is the Flash.
Flatlining Flash.
Flatlining Flash, which they've the Flash is officially dead. Pulled from theaters. So Warner Brothers, it's costing them money basically to have this thing in the theater, and so they're like, get rid of it, and in a Picard voice for some reason, so they're pulling it from theaters, which is why
it's a bold move, I suppose, to release it in the first place. But I suppose they spent that much on it; they had no choice. Had to claw back some money, so I suppose in that sense, to make 263 million.
Well,
at least they made something.
Well,
but I don't know.
Here's the thing: that's been open for almost 4 weeks. Down here's a little dot. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little dot there. Dead Reckoning Part 1, 235 in 4 days.
Whoa, baby!
So it's made almost as much. Well, not quite almost as much.
All right, that's it. Just started there. I see it. I wondered where it was.
263. So it's $30 million less.
Wow. Than
the 4-week run of the Flash. 4 days.
Wow.
So that's
now
that movie has legs.
If I was to change
like this.
If I was to change my opinion about weeks ago when me, you, and James started this, my money's in Dead Reckoning, and obviously James's money was
James's money was on Dead Reckoning because he said it was his number one movie. You had it number 2, and I said number 3. I said number 1 was Spider-Verse, which, to be honest, right now
it's done well. It's doing all right.
It's not a bad bet because it's up here. That's fast.
Still going up. Still going up.
Well, that's the thing is, there's been an uptick in the last week, so it kind of stagnated last week, and then this week there's been a bit of an uptick. So it's now
that's unusual, isn't it?
163. I think all the schools are now out on the 9th of July, and so because it's the 9th of July onwards, that's what can we do with the kids? Send them off to the movies.
Do you think Spider-Verse is going to surpass Fast X then?
Sharon was saying there about Flash.
Flash was good.
Flash.
Definitely was, Sharon. Great.
I don't know. I mean, Fast 10 is...
I wouldn't have said it last week, but this week it looks a bit more...
Yeah. I don't know. It's not got that long to go to Fast 10.
Interesting. Interesting. Yep.
I mean, from last week it was 619, and then this week it's 663, so that's 50.
Yep. It looks like Mission Impossible is going to really go.
Yeah.
Tom's obviously on a high from Maverick anyway.
Yeah.
His first $1 billion movie, and this could be his second $1 billion movie because people are raving about this. I think James has seen it now, actually. I think he went to see
on
it
Tuesday. It was,
So it'll be interesting. He's on holiday as well just now, so we'll need to find out what he thinks of it when he gets back. But I've not seen it yet, but I'm hoping to go and see it this week.
Yeah,
and I think you're going to see Tommy.
So Anami's busy this weekend. It tied in quite nicely with the commitment that she'd made for this weekend, so we couldn't go. Yeah, but yeah, I'm dying to see it.
Me too. Absolutely dying to see it.
It's a Tom Cruise movie. I mean, the guy's, whatever you say about the guy, he's a movie star. He does not make bad decisions as far as movies are concerned. And I'm including, that Cameron Diaz movie in it as well, because I thought that was a good movie.
A Night and Day?
Night and Day, yeah.
I've not seen that.
I enjoyed it. It's good.
Might try and see
a lot of people didn't like it. And his portrayal of, I know Jack Reacher is, in the books, is pretty close to the description-wise to the Amazon TV show, and not to Tom Cruise, but I thought he did a good job as Jack Reacher as well in the movies.
Yep. Like you say, he doesn't make too many wrong turns creatively.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a Fruit Loop.
He's a bit passionate about things. I mean, the telling people off for the COVID stuff, but then again,
I think that was quite right, though.
I think it was quite right. I was just going to say, because he's the producer on the show, and
it's money.
It's his money, and he's got to control the purse strings and the budget, and any overruns he's got to eat. So
yeah, exactly.
It's
his rules.
Yeah. And if you're not going to abide by those rules, then they've all. And the other thing as well, they'd all agreed on those rules. So it was people who were breaking those rules. So it's not like everybody said, "Well, you never said that at the start."
Yeah, it wasn't like it wasn't like Christian Bale having a tantrum over some sound guy and Terminator Salvation.
Yeah,
that was a tantrum.
That was a tantrum. Yeah, and I think he knows it was a tantrum because I'm pretty sure he said afterwards he was like, "Oh, I was in the wrong."
I think he does now. Yeah.
He's been called out for it. Anyway, there's been a lot of promotional work recently because Oppenheimer, the premiere of that was out. So all the stars were there.
The premieres.
Cillian Murphy was there, and Emily Blunt, RDJ, all that kind of stuff. Ben Affleck's in it as well. However, the SAG-AFTRA strike. Who saw this coming? So this is the first time in 60 years or something, I think, that the writers and the actors are all out.
Yep.
And they're looking for a little bit more money. And obviously, people like Fran Drescher, who's the president of SAG-AFTRA, they are not short of money. And Alec Baldwin was out as well, and a few other characters were saying that. But the problem is, not everybody is an A-list actor.
Of course.
And a lot of actors are living from paycheck to paycheck and not getting a lot of money. And that's 99%, I would guess, of the members of this union.
I think it was Matt Damon that made the point that in order to have health insurance, you've got to make more than $26,000 a year.
Yeah.
So if you're not making that, then you've got no health insurance.
Yeah.
So surely.
And that's, I mean, in America has a shockingly bad health system.
I tell you what, though, do you know what, I was thinking about this, and I was thinking that it's a similar thing that happened for music when streaming happened.
Yeah.
it killed the sales of bands, CDs, and albums and music.
Yeah.
And everything went streaming, so everything's free. You only get a few pence or a few. I don't know how much. Whatever it is,
fractions
point.
of a penny for every.
Yeah, fractions. But they adapted, I suppose, and you get money from YouTube now, and you get money from different various things. I don't know how the movie industry could adapt, though. Because obviously streaming's part of the thing that's killing it.
Yeah.
AI is as well.
I don't think it's the AI thing. Seriously, I am bullish on AI doing any damage. It's a good tool for things, but I don't think it's gonna.
No, not right now, but it's going to get more and more sophisticated, and it's going to get to the stage where you'll be able to maybe write a scene. And I mean, you've already seen AI animations of Donald Trump and people like that.
Yeah.
You've got the fake. What do you call it? Deep fake stuff.
Yeah, there's
all that stuff comes under AI.
Singing, I'm a Barbie girl.
Yeah. Is there?
Yeah. Have you not seen that?
Oh no, I've not seen that. No. Oh my god, that's quite relevant. But all that stuff comes under AI. So they're fighting against a lot of stuff. Plus, obviously, the executives and all that are giving them. Right, here we go.
Let me just show that.
Executives are giving themselves big pay hikes as well. I'm looking at you, Bob Iger. Is that part of your story, by the way, Bob Iger?
It is, yeah. So this is Johnny Cash, Folsom Blues, but it's obviously.
I'm not Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair.
Wow.
Dress me everywhere.
I mean, if you didn't know.
Oh, come on, Barbie, let's go party. 'Cause I'm in a Barbie world.
Wow.
If you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friend. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. I put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away.
Wow.
I mean,
that's gobsmacking. That's nuts. I mean, imagine you deep fake that and put Johnny Cash, up in a video singing that.
Yeah.
Well, I've been told music videos are very 1990s these days, but
are they?
It's apparently, but making of music videos not a thing anymore. That was Alex James that said that from Blur, not me.
No, I mean, do you know the weird thing is? Remember that the song "Video Killed the Radio Star"? It didn't.
But it could.
I mean, yeah, but the problem
fake video, video.
But when you're in your car, you're not watching a video. You're listening.
Oh, sorry, for music, you mean MTV kind of was going to kill? Aye.
Yeah, and it didn't. I mean,
it didn't. It soared actually. Yeah. That's one thing that didn't kill it.
So
MTV's become this reality TV kind of home now.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of these things are valid concerns. The one that they always point to is what they'll do is they'll pay an extra and they'll basically scan them in, and then what they can do is they can just use that likeness in perpetuity.
Yeah, that's right.
So if they've got like a background character or whatever it is, they can get that basically it's a puppet with a human skin on it, and that's true. That makes a lot of sense financially from producer's perspective. Is you pay this person one day and then you get to use them forever and ever and ever, and you can put costumes on them and dress them up and all that kind of stuff.
That's what happened to just getting Barbie references in left, right,
yeah.
That happened to my friend Ryan. He was a cop in the Dial of Destiny.
Yeah.
In some of the scenes that were supposed to be, was it Philadelphia? And
New York.
was it New York? And they scanned him, 3D scanned him. Well, I think it was to position him to make the crowd look busier.
Right.
So they kind of positioned him and other people who had scanned cops or whatever.
Yeah, but they're not, it's like, how long do you keep that information?
Oh yeah. No, he signed a waiver to say Disney owns him now. His likeness.
Owns your likeness, yeah.
It's bizarre that one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Very strange.
So the SAG strike, there's a whole bunch of things that are getting hit by it, and this is all the ones that happened. Oppenheimer, they'd no sooner finished the red carpet and the meet and greet thing. They were like, right, we're going to join the picket line now, and they left. They left the.
They did. That's right.
They joined the line.
Cillian Murphy's looking at an AI character these days.
Is it Cillian or Killian?
Killian. I call him Killian. Cillian. Yeah. No. Killian. Cillian.
I don't know.
Whatever I called him there.
Anyway, so Fran's not happy. I don't know who this guy is. He keeps appearing in the background.
He's a Tron fan, though.
He's like a bouncer.
Likes Tron. Yeah.
I don't think that's Tron fan.
Is it not a Tron t-shirt?
It was Jamie Lee as well. So that's happening. But this is from Bombastic Clips. Can you hear this?
No.
Let me present that and share.
It's funny because I was reading an article, and it was a guy that was an extra. I think it showed you some things there. An extra gets paid £187 a day. If you've got a line, though, and when you're an extra, you get paid like, I don't know, double that. You got that?
Sorry, say that again.
If you've got a line, if you're an extra, you get paid £187 or dollars a day, right? But if you're an extra with a line in the movie, you get paid like double that an hour. A day, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm exaggerating, but it's like vastly much more than just an extra with no line would get. Might even be more than double, actually.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you put in some kind of performance, then you get the further forward you are in the screen. I guess is you get more.
Yeah, because there was a story.
You also get residuals for lines as well.
Yeah, there was a story in
residuals are like 27 cents or something every month or something, which is not going to keep you.
Aye, that's right. You get every time it's played, you get something. But there was a story in the paper a few weeks ago there, and it was a teacher, and he became an extra, but he's become a kind of an actor, I suppose. But he's very bit part type stuff. But he gets paid like double what he would get as a teacher.
Oh, really?
Even just doing minimal kind of background stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's not that bad. I might actually get into it.
Aye. That's a good idea, yeah.
Get away from the mechanical electrical trade.
I'm trying to find the Bob Iger one where he gets asked. He's sitting in a field for some bizarre reason.
Man, people, that's why.
Yeah. NBC Bob Iger. The DeSantis one. Challenges. Disruptive forces are greater than he thought. He goes out and basically sort of says, so about them being in strike.
He doesn't care though. See to get to the level he's at. These guys don't care. They're total egomaniacs. They're like psychopaths, for all intents and purposes. To get to that stage, they just see them as a commodity. It's like they're not people. They're just part of his business plan. That's I know that's quite harsh to say, but because it's Uncle Bob and all that
in a spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm. Because we think of Bob as being a great businessman and he's turned the Disney company the right way and things like that. But that's why.
I mean, there's talk about breaking Disney up as well, because it's too big, and it's too unruly. One of the stories I've got here, actually, if I share the screen here, this one here, which is you can't just blame TV for Marvel's movie flops. The problem is that there's too much stuff out there now. Do you know how long it would take you to like, let's say you want to go and watch the Marvels. I think the Marvels is the next big movie that comes out. Do you know how many hours of content you need to watch?
Well, you don't need to, but in order to get every nuance of character and story, How much?
6,787 minutes.
Is that including Vision? Not Vision's What If and all
What
that
If,
as well?
the whole thing, everything. If you wanted to watch the whole thing, it's going to take you 4.5 days of non-stop viewing. Basically, like, hello, my troops. That thing. Just 4.5 days of that. Just watching nothing but Marvel.
Do you know, I'm quite surprised because we could probably link this in, or this is maybe linked into what Bob Iger was saying, that the TV stuff has diluted the importance and the quality of what's been in the cinemas, which is a very surprising thing to say.
Almost a 180. It's a 180 turnaround to what he said at the start when he said that we're not putting enough money into creative endeavors and we need to put more money into creative endeavors. And now he's turning around going like, well, maybe we went too far.
Do you know, I actually think, I mean, he's the man that gave the go ahead for Disney Plus and things like that, and he kind of foresaw, you know, everything's going streaming, but for them it's not the same as Netflix, because for them it's like more like a kind of vault that they keep all the Disney stuff in that you can view anytime you want. You know, it's not really I know it should be more kind of quality stuff, and Netflix maybe the movies aren't that quality, but the TV show stuff that they bring out is pretty quality stuff. And cinematically, Disney bring out quality movies, but the TV stuff is comes a bit short, you know, quality wise, creatively. But like I say, it's more like a vault that you've got your whole collection of Disney on Disney Plus, isn't it?
Yeah.
But in a business sense, it doesn't really work that way, you know, because you want to bring as many subscribers on as you can, but if it's not quality stuff and it's just stuff that you've seen before.
The other problem is the more subscribers you have, the more diverse content that you need to have.
Yeah. Because
not everybody's going to not everybody wants to watch MCU stuff. Not everybody wants to watch the
sci-fi or whatever
stuff. Exactly. Or Family Guy or whatever it is. But you still have to provide that for the people that do want it. So essentially you end up just having a whole bunch of shovelware on there eventually, because you need to, you know, put all the cartoons on here because, you know, people like the cartoons, but people also like MCU and people also like this. And so you end up with just like a whole bunch of crap on there that you can't find anything for. The people who are looking for something specific can't find anything.
I think that's a big thing for all the streaming services to find stuff. I think it's awful. Netflix are probably best at doing it. Amazon are second, but Disney's really bad at for finding stuff.
Yeah, it's impossible because you don't know what's under Star and what's under, like, you know, like the other service. Like Star's just a catch-all for everything else.
See, when you search though, and you've got your Star, you've got your National Geographic and all that. When you search, does it search through all of those or just Disney?
Everything.
Searches through everything, doesn't it?
It's
not just.
So you can't go to like a specific subgenre and then like do like a partial search just on that. So you can go to Star and do like Alien, and then get all the Alien stuff.
Yeah,
it doesn't work that way.
There's a certain thing that you can do in Netflix though. There's certain you can Google it or something, but
there's codes.
There's codes,
Netflix codes.
That's right, and it gives you genres and things like that are kind of
I wonder
a
if
better way to search, but
and
you need to know the codes.
Somebody who's watching, maybe somebody from Netflix watches this, but is it because remember the Video Genie? Was it the Video Genie? You used to get Video Genie codes in the Radio Times, and you would type in like whatever the code was, and then you'd record it. I wonder if that's where that idea came from, to get to the genre. Like, I want comedy movies featuring Vin Diesel. Well, that's code 7289, or it's not. I don't know what 7289 is.
Yeah, you definitely have to look at which is not not impossible to look for the codes in Google, what they are. Because I'm sure there's a lot of hidden gems on these streaming services that are just not getting. In fact, there was one. I'll talk about it later, but
if anybody's interested, there you go.
All right, there you go.
These are some of them. So, for example, if you want British movies on Netflix, you go into search and you type in 10757 in the search, and that'll bring up British movies. In fact, let's just try it.
Wow.
Netflix.com. So,
and it's more specific to what you'd be actually looking for, basically.
What is it? What was it? British movies.
It's 11881.
Is it 10757?
No, it's 11881.
No, I'll get 10757. What's 1181? What's 1181?
That's old animations.
Oh, right, okay.
Anyway,
there's British movies, and I think they're all British movies. They look British movies.
Not quite. What does that mean, though? Does that mean? I mean that.
That's not.
News of the
British movie.
No, something right there, is there?
Yeah, Kate's not.
No, neither's News of the World.
Fake news.
God.
Debunked live on air.
That's it. Debunked.
Anyway,
yeah. Try a different one then. Well, try it yourselves at home.
Try it yourselves. Yeah, it's in there as well. You can search YouTube for it.
Belgian movies. Be searching for them later.
No. It's all in Bruges.
Hey.
Emmy noms, which I wonder if we should probably do this because we're probably not going to get the Emmys this year. Drama series Andor is up.
Yes, please.
We think it should win.
What's this, the Emmys?
This is the Emmys, yeah. It's also up against The Last of Us in Succession.
We're watching Last of Us again. It's very good.
Yeah. Is it better than Andor? I don't think it is.
No, it's not. It's not.
No.
It's not. And it's not better than Succession either.
No.
And it's not. No.
I mean, I've seen
House of the Dragon is very good though. I think House of the Dragon's it's most its biggest.
Andor and House of the Dragon.
Yeah, that's its biggest rival. I think.
I'm hoping Andor wins, but I've got a funny feeling it'll be Succession because reasons.
Yeah, Succession is good. We're in season 2 at the moment, but it's not as good as Andor. Definitely.
What do you think it'll win for comedy series then? Ted Lasso.
Maybe Wednesday. Maybe The Bear's very good, Sloan.
Yeah, I know. I keep meaning to get it. He's the guy from movie 43. The guy that gets.
I've not seen that. I've not seen that.
You've not seen movie 43? Is
that not meant to be terrible?
It's
somebody else spoke to me about that.
Really good.
Awfully good.
Awfully good. Yeah, it's a terrible movie, but yeah, it's really good.
Right. Okay.
Limited series Dahmer. It's probably going to win.
For me, yeah.
That's not going to win.
Obi-Wan's not going to win it. No, I don't even know why it's in there.
I don't know either.
And by the way, I don't mean that because I didn't like it. I did like it. I really did. But there was moments of it I was like, oh God, man, come on.
I really want to see that guy's edited. He's edited it down to the movie level of 2.5 hours, whatever it is.
There's already been one, but there's a new one and he's added extra special effects and extra stuff.
That one. Yeah.
That's the one I want to see. I don't think it's out yet, is it?
Cease and desist in 3, 2.
I think it's free on as well on his website. Yeah. I think so. I want to see that.
And then lead actor and lead actress will stop after this because.
I'll tell you what, though, did you ever watch The Old Man, Jeff Bridges?
No, it's supposed to be good.
I watched the first episode, but never went back to it. I should really. I don't know why I never kept going.
Is he the old man?
But yeah, he is. Funnily enough.
I remember him playing like a 19-year-old kid in Thunderbolt and Life.
Yeah,
that was a few years ago.
Last Picture Show.
Yeah.
For me, actually, it's a tough one. It's a really tough one.
Jeremy Strong.
He's very good. He is. He's very good. Have you started watching Succession now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, haven't you? Aye. He's very, very good. He's so beaten down in that, and he's very good. I'll tell you who's really good as well, though. Kieran Culkin. He's brilliant.
Fantastic.
He's brilliant. And Brian Cox is obviously amazing. There's no question. That is a tough one. That is a tough one, actually.
When you're from
They're all
Dundee,
good.
you always ask people about your footwear. Funny boots of Eufy.
Oh, that's right. That is a tough.
That's a tough category,
one.
Yeah. I've not seen. I've seen two of these things. I've seen Sarah Snook.
You've seen Last of Us.
I've seen Last of Us. I've seen Handmaid's Tale.
I've seen all of these, actually.
I've not seen Yellow Jackets.
I've not seen The Diplomat.
Melanie Linsky, she's the actress that's in 2.5 Men, isn't she? Yeah, she is.
She's good. She's in Last of Us.
So underrated. Mm-hmm. Like she never. I don't know what it is, but she never gets a break, and she deserves to win.
Do you remember she's 2.5 Men? She was in. You just said that. Sorry.
She's also in. Oh God, what's it called? The Candice Montgomery thing.
Oh, the thing you talk about every week.
Aye, the one we talk about every week. That one, yeah. The one with the one not with Elizabeth Olsen.
Aye, it's thingy.
She's much better than. Sorry, I know the other actress is great as well, but she's
in Molly's Game.
Yeah.
Oh
I can't remember.
Are we freezing? Yeah. Somebody help us out there in the chat.
Help me. Anyway, yeah, she's better than. She plays that part better than Mrs. Gold.
Yeah,
she plays it.
I think Elizabeth Moss is brilliant as well. Actually, that's a tough category as well. Yeah. That's a tough category.
Yeah.
Sarah Snook.
Yeah, she's the
his daughter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's very good. I didn't realise she was Australian.
Oh, is she?
Yep.
I don't know either.
I just realised there were 2 bruises in my arm.
What?
Yeah,
that's very much. And then the other one is the one the last story before we get to the trailers is Microsoft and Sony finally bury the hatchet, and it looks like they've inked a deal to get Call of Duty, which is the big stickler because apparently everybody likes a first-person shooter. So this means that the merger could possibly, maybe not merger, but acquisition could go ahead where Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
This is huge. This is a $70 billion deal. To get
does this mean that they have exclusive right? Well, they bought the company.
Yep.
So does this mean that they have the right to put on Xbox exclusively first? Or does this deal now mean that that's not going to happen and it will come out as normal? But
my guess is it will be released on every console.
So that means that Xbox are in a win-win situation because
Microsoft is, yeah.
And it'd be daft for them not to do that. Yeah. To be honest with you, because you want to really sell the software. The console's just a conduit for that.
This is what Michael Dell was asked. The Dell Computers was asked, "Hey, would you like to build the Xbox?"
Mm-hmm.
And he said to Microsoft, he said, "If I'm going to get into the razor business, I'm selling the blades, not the razors."
There you go. See?
There you go.
Yep.
So he knows,
and he's right,
and he's absolutely right. Because he wanted a cut of all the discs, and Microsoft like, no, that's us. You just build the hardware. And
no pun intended.
He's like,
the cut.
Anyway, so it says in here, we're looking forward to a future where players globally have more choice to play their favorite games. Does that mean that they're going to have cross play with PS5 or PS whatever it is and Xbox?
Oh, wow!
I don't know. I don't know. I'm maybe reading too much into that, but that seemed to
That
me,
would be big.
the way that I read that is cross-platform play.
Was the ex-CEO of Sony Phil Morris or Phil Spencer?
Phil Spencer.
Was it
Phil
Phil
Spencer.
Morris? Is that his name?
No, Phil Spencer.
Aye, but Phil Morris was the Sony guy. Aye, that's
No,
not Phil.
it's
You know who I mean?
Harrison. Phil Harrison.
Was it Harrison?
Yeah. Phil Harrison.
Oh, so it is, because he jumped to bloody
Stadia.
The Google Stadia. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Former Stadia boss Phil Harrison quietly
Yes.
leaves Google. Wonder why? Because Stadia is no more. As
Sorry,
predicted
got mixed up there.
by myself. As soon as Google announced Stadia, I was like, and when are they announcing the cancellation of the project? And the folk were like, no, this is going to be around forever. And I went, no, it isn't.
It's a tough one, though. I mean, it was quite a good idea, but, you know.
It was a good idea, but of course, who is it aimed at? People who buy consoles or people who don't buy consoles?
Casual gamers, that's what it's, I think, more than
so
anything.
if that's the case, casual gamers play
They
on
don't
phones
care.
and iPads.
Mm-hmm.
They're not plugging into
No,
the TV.
You're right.
So who's it for?
Yeah.
And that was my thesis, and it bore out. So I would just like to say that I was right about one thing.
This year?
I'm happy.
Forever?
I was right about one thing. No, just forever. For all time.
Forever.
For the last 50 years. I was right about one thing. Two things. I married my wife. It's the best thing I ever did. And then the second thing is I was right about
Well played.
That should cover all my bases.
Oh yeah, my daughter. Wait a minute.
Three things, right? Kids.
Oh dear.
My grandson. Oh, all right. Okay.
Backtracking.
Okay. Let's talk Ahsoka.
Yes, please. By the way,
share the screen here.
We shared this in our chat, and I think James summed it up with "Yes, please, mummy."
Can you hear this?
Yeah.
Destroy
in
order to create.
We definitely will.
Jedi.
This poor guy. He looks awesome.
There's some bad CGI
I started
in
hearing
here.
whispers.
There's a bit where
Thrawn's return as heir
and you
to
see,
the Empire.
The
What happens when
Padawan,
you find
not
Thrawn?
her, her, the blonde hair. Her
Right.
face
Such
looks
as you
weird.
never
It looks like it's been
dreamed.
superimposed.
All right.
Look at it normal there.
I've spent most of my life fighting a war. That's why I'm trying to convince you to help me prevent another one. You and I both know who could help you with this.
She's still just as stubborn as ever.
So the timeline of this is almost the same
Anakin never
as
got to
Andor,
finish my
is it not?
training. I walked away from him,
Pretty
just
much.
like I walked away from Sabine.
Because this is the start of the
You
rebellion,
never made things easy for me.
and so is Andor. I think this looks
Faster.
absolutely awesome.
It looks really good.
As a Jedi, sometimes you have to make the decision no one else can.
Yeah.
But I'm counting on you to see this through.
I've actually started
Nice haircut.
watching Rebels again, just to kind of familiarise myself with it.
Sometimes we have to do what's right, regardless of our personal feelings.
Buckle up.
If we don't stop Thrawn, everything will be in vain. You have no
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh yeah, it's quite weird.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
I'm not
Name
here
checking.
to discuss my past.
We have a lot of work to do.
Once a rebel, always a rebel.
Of course, he is called Hughes.
Is it David Tennant? I'll tell you what, that looks like a combination of Andor. Well, if that is a combination of Andor and Mandalorian, holy
Jinkies.
bejinkles,
Yeah.
we're in for a treat.
Okay.
Do you know the people have been having a debate on the Thrawn thing, that his little
does look
his
amazing.
little tunes.
His little tunes.
Emblem, these wee thing that indicates what rank he is. His lozenges aren't correct, but I think it's the trailer's a bit dark.
I think it is. I think it's right, Grand Admiral.
Oh no, it's definitely right because somebody checked back to when he was introduced in the comics. Not introduced. I know he wasn't introduced in the comics. He was in the Heir to the Empire. I think was it.
Yeah, there you go. That's the rank there. Who's paying that for that? Yeah, they're right. Present this one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, there you go.
That's it. That's the one.
That's right.
That's it. Yeah, that's right.
It's the 6 blue there, 3 yellow, and 3 red.
And you can buy that for the cheap sum of $84
Canadian.
5 pence.
Canadian.
That seems a lot.
It looks really good. The timeline of Rebels, I'm not sure where.
Well, it's got to be because this is Rebels.
Is it not the same as the Mandalorian?
No, Rebels is the prior to A New Hope, and so is Andor.
Yeah, that's Rebels, but that's not Ahsoka.
But Ahsoka is part of Rebels, so it's like after the animated series, and it is the run up to.
It says from the MarySue.com, where does Ahsoka fall in the Star Wars timeline? It says the ages of the actresses playing Ahsoka now seem to indicate that the show will take place between 7 ABY and 9 ABY, which would be 4 or 5 years. That would be in the timeline of the Mandalorian.
No.
Yes.
No, the Mandalorian's set between Return of the Jedi and Mandalorian's set between the Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So is this.
Right?
So is
no. ABY is before Yavin.
ABY
as in
after
the
Battle
Hope.
of Yavin.
All
9
right.
years ABY after the Battle of Yavin, which is.
All right. Is this set away kind of?
This is set now in the now period of.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Because what's his face? Weird guy, Jedi, Obi-Wan. He killed Darth Maul 14 years BBY, which is before the Battle of Yavin.
Right. I think we need a pictorial thing.
We do.
Yeah. This is why people get annoyed at Star Wars, because it jumps about so much.
I mean, the Acolyte's going to go way back as well, so that's a thing.
It's way back. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's see if this clears it up.
So that means that Rebels was running parallel to Andor.
Oh yeah,
because that was the Rebels, because the thing is in it. What do you call him? Saul Guerrera's in it. Rebels.
In what?
In Rebels. Andy's in Bad Batch. Right. Anyway, here we go. That's okay.
Here we go. So this is Battle of blah, 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 blah. And then we've got Return of the Jedi, and then we've got Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Mandalorian Season 2, Ahsoka, and then Rangers of the New Republic, which of course doesn't exist anymore. And then that's all in here.
All right, okay. All right. Interesting.
Oh.
Very interesting.
So she's getting the band back together.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
One
more trailer to go.
Right, let's do it. Do this. Do it.
Do it.
Titanic 2?
Yeah.
No. Probably just as well.
Yeah, probably not, because we'll probably get shouted at by
Mm-hmm.
Quiet up, listen down. Nope. Okay. Reverse it.
What's your kind of feeling about this? Harry Potter?
It's from Warner Brothers,
Mm-hmm.
which makes me think Harry Potter. And it is
Now, we were both a bit confused about this because we thought that Netflix owned Wonka, Roald Dahl products, and the first one was Matilda.
Yes, Matilda the musical.
And then I don't quite understand. Is it because this is a Warner Brothers product, so they don't own all? This has always been a Warner Brothers movie.
Also, it's a bit weird the fact he's chewing gum, because he makes a point to say that chewing gum is for idiots at one point.
Yeah, I think
maybe that'll be resolved.
I think Sharon's right, though. I think it's going to be a good film, especially for the family. It's going to be a cracker. Yeah. But I'm getting serious Harry Potter vibes off it. The bit at the end of the trailer is brilliant, though.
Yeah, that's not good.
You'll see, and it's just, I tell you, what makes me excited for it: the fact that it's directed by the same director as Paddington.
Yeah.
1 and 2. Who also? Do you know what TV series he directed? Without Googling it.
Oh wait, what's the name?
Paul King.
He was a singer.
No, not him.
Oh, another Paul King. Bread.
No, he directed The Mighty Bush.
Oh, did he?
All 3 seasons. Yep.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So, I bet you're excited now as well.
Oh, yeah.
This bit's amazing. This is just terrific. Hugh Grant is just brilliant just now.
It's because do you think it's because he's decided, you know what, I'm going to drop that stupid stuttering idiot.
I was kind of doing it there.
Well,
he's done a few Guy Ritchie movies now, and he's, the Cockney thing, and he's done a few good interesting
parts. It was a terrible movie, though.
It was a terrible film.
Yeah, it was. Do you need to take a break for a second?
I'm all right, actually.
You okay? Okay.
Or I might regret that. But,
I know. Shall we move on to the next?
Yeah.
Portion? And to you, and I say, what you watching?
Well, I'm watching Poker Face, Ryan Johnson's new TV series.
Yeah, with Leone
from Russian Doll.
Aye, yeah.
We're only 1 episode in, but Ryan, anything I ever said about you, I take it all back. Apart from Last Jedi, everything I said about that is still true.
Do you know what?
But no, he's pulled it out of the bag for this one. I enjoyed Knives Out, the sequel as well. And
is Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it?
He will be at some point. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. So we'll be watching the rest of that. Movie-wise, we watched Nimona, the Netflix animation.
Okay.
That's on. It's quite new, I think. It's just out last week, or 2 weeks ago, or maybe a few weeks ago now. It's quite new. Very good. Excellent style of animation. Brilliant characters. Great unpredictable story. It's not the usual stupidness. Not stupidness, but some of these things can get a bit predictable. Really recommend it. Really good. You might be jealous of this, but I watched Asteroid City.
Oh, did you?
Aye, I got to see it. Yeah,
all 80 minutes of it.
Yeah, it's quite short. It's good. I'd say it's good. It's not a great Wes Anderson movie.
I think peak Wes Anderson for me was Grand Budapest.
Budapest is peak. And
fantastic
Mr. Fox as well.
Yeah. But then again, I think that Ralph Fiennes and the guy Flash from Spider-Man.
Yep.
My Dear Zero.
He's in
fantastic.
Asteroid City as well.
Yeah. Oh, and Saoirse Ronan Grand Budapest. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, that is a great film.
Yeah.
This doesn't quite get to those heights, but it's still good. There's tons of actors in it, that appear in it. It's fantastic. Bryan Cranston he's the kind of narrator guy in it, and it's a kind of version. I mean, it's all kind of Wes Craven land, but It's like it starts off kind of black and white, and he's introducing.
Not Wes Craven.
Sorry, Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
But a totally different film.
Would be from, yeah.
Introducing the writer as if it's like real life in black and white, and then the colour part is the kind of the story and what he's written and stuff. And it ticks along, you know. Didn't blow me away, but I still enjoyed it. Bill Murray wasn't in it though. I thought Bill Murray was in it.
I heard about that. Yeah,
it's not in it.
It's a bit weird.
That's a first.
Yeah,
is it not?
I think so. Yeah. Since he started appearing in these movies.
Well, unless I missed him.
He was in Rushmore, wasn't he?
He's been in every movie that he's made.
What about Jason Schwartzman? Was he in it?
He's the main man.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Aye, he's the main guy. Owen Wilson's not in it.
Have you seen Polka King? I know this is another movie I keep talking about.
Oh, it's on our list actually. It's on our list.
You gotta watch it, man. It's so good.
Oh, really? I don't want
to overstate this, but it's my comfort food as far as movies concerned. I will happily watch that every week. That movie.
All right. Well, it's actually out next on our Jack Black list. So, and I watched a movie called Run Rabbit Run with the actress from Succession, the daughter.
Okay.
Who I didn't realise was Australian. It's an Australian movie.
She's all like, crikey, Struth.
Jeez, stick another shrimp in the barbie. All that kind of stuff. Aye.
They say prawns.
Conkers in her face and all that from the hats. Yeah. You know, because that's what they wear.
Look at the zinc at the nose.
That's right. Yep.
Stuff. And the beanies.
Nobody in Australia will see this, so it'll be fine.
Well, that's fine, yeah. Oh, Mike. Remember Paul Hagen?
That's right. That's right. Aye. It's a very serious film about mental health, but it's a horror story. So
we're sitting joking about propeller hats.
I know. No, it's kind of predictable in that sense actually, because it's like the wee girl. You know, there's something going on with the wee girl. You know, I'm like, I can kind of see where this type thing. And it's not a bundle of laughs, but it's predicted and well made. So that's all I can really say about that. Okay. Over to you, buddy.
So TV show wise, Secret Invasion, still plowing through it because someone has to.
I'm not.
It's cheaply made. That's the problem with
which is a crime if it's a Disney show.
Which is a crime because Samuel L. Jackson's putting in a great performance in all of this, and
as he always does,
and it's just wasted. Did he? Hijack. Here's the opposite end. This is a Secret Invasion's down here, and Hijack is the other end there. What a fantastic piece of television! Just every single.
Oh yeah. I've heard that.
It's just amazing. Idris Elba and a whole bunch of British people that I don't know the actors. I don't know. They're in other things. I only recognise Idris Elba.
Well, we spoke about this.
Eve Miles is in it. Eve Miles is in it. Sorry. And the guy from The Thick of It as well. So there are people I do recognise. He comes away with a great joke. The guy from The Thick of It, because the minister comes into the crisis room and says, "I want you to put all your phones on vibrate or silence or do whatever it is you need to do to make them stop making noises." And he leans over to his friend and goes, "That'd be airplane mode," which I thought was great. Anyway,
Big Idris is always good as well.
Yeah, he's great. But every single episode, I was saying to Anime, I'm doing this I was trying to explain it, and I'm doing a bad service. Basically, it's every episode is a twist, and then it gets explained in the next episode.
Oh,
but
cool.
Every episode ends with a twist, and you're like, oh! And then you go into the next part.
Oh, cool.
It's so good. Anyway, 7 hours.
Apple TV's high. I mean, I said it before, but
I know I'm 5 hours into this.
Very high quality.
Fantastic. It's great.
Good.
Foundation started this week.
Oh.
Season 2.
Apple TV again.
Started off with Apple TV again. It started off with a naked Lee Pace fighting for his life.
Sorry, James has just said.
Oh, sorry.
come out that Secret Invasion cost $212 million. That's an interesting article in Forbes about it.
There's no way they're going to get that back.
But it's a TV show, though.
I know.
You know, you've got to spend more than that. That's a movie. That's less than a movie budget these days.
That's true, yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're talking like a 6-hour movie.
The thing is, they do all this kind of stuff where it's like, oh, become a monster, and they kind of duck out of camera and come back as the scroll, and you're going like, oh, so bad.
It's like V then, isn't it, I suppose?
Exactly, yeah. In fact, V hit
from the 80s.
Effects.
The 80s version.
Effects.
Anyway, sorry.
Foundation. Peak. Honestly, Apple, they don't do a lot, but when they do, it's quality.
Definitely.
Foundation season 2, great opener. I watched Muscles and Mayhem, the American Gladiators thing. So I started watching it last week and never finished it. I have really enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know the Gladiator, the American I mean, I know, you will go in my first was.
Did you play Gladiator documentary bingo? Like I told you to do?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No.
Full house.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's Secret Invasion, 994,000
in first 5 days. Is that good or bad? I'm not sure.
I don't think that's good.
No, under $1 million.
No, I don't think that's good. I mean, what's
first 5 days? Well,
TV.
If that was bums and seats in a cinema, it would be pretty good.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to get. Well, that's useless.
Although TV, I suppose. What's TV? Millions.
Well,
Loki was 2.5 million. There you go. There's a comp.
Yeah, well, there you go.
To compare. That's interesting, James. Nice
FBI special was 3 million people, and that was on TV. And that was a 1.8 rating, which is. So. The Price is Right. There you go. The Price is Right got 3.7 million. So it got 4 times less than The Price is Right. And then the last TV thing I watched was Quarterback, which is on Netflix.
Aye.
Oh man, it made me really want to. It made me really want the American football. It made me really want the season to start. It was such a good wee documentary. Like I've only watched the first episode, but already I'm like, yeah, this is cool.
I thought you were going to say really wanted you to play American football.
No.
It's too late for you.
It's far too late for me. Not with these knees. So it follows Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and the guy from the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know who he is. But it's riveting stuff. I mean, Mahomes is possibly going to be the next Tom Brady of the league. So it's great seeing these. I mean, he's only like 27 and he's got all that, the weight of the franchise of the Kansas City Chiefs on his shoulders. It's a great documentary.
Right, okay.
Even if you don't like sport, I think you would like the documentary because it doesn't. It's all the behind the scenes stuff. It doesn't really talk about the stuff that's on it. It does obviously talk about the stuff that's on the field because it's part of the business.
Yeah.
But it's not. You don't need to know the rules of American football to.
It was like the Last Dance. The
basketball
Jordan
thing. Yeah.
Basketball. That made me want to become a basketball player.
Did it?
For 5 minutes.
Aye. And then on movies, I watched the Stan Lee documentary on Netflix.
Oh, I saw that.
Which is
not Netflix. It's in
not Netflix. Disney Plus. Sorry.
Disney.
There's a hilarious bit in it where Jack Kirby's been interviewed for some radio show and he does a live call in. Yeah. And he's talking about it. He goes, well, you earn all your all the credit and all that kind of stuff. And he goes, well, I mean, I wish I'd put my name on it because you pretty much stole the stuff from me, Stan. No, you stole from me. And
it gets a bit heated. Calm down, guys.
Huge big argument live on the air. It's like, good they kept it in though.
Yeah, but it's widely known that though because it was like it's on YouTube. That argument. I'd seen it a few years ago. But it's pretty good documentary actually.
Yeah, and then it is actually a good documentary. I mean, whatever Stanley is, he's created a few wonderful characters.
Oh, of course.
Despite what maybe Steve Ditko would say about it.
Oh, that as well. I know.
And then the other thing I watched was Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. It's actually called Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. And I think in maybe it was a fever dream, but I think I messaged you guys and said they should have called this Alan Smithy's The Covenant.
Because you would want to stick your name on it.
I would want to put my name on it. My God. You know those movies where nothing happens and you think to yourself, what the hell did I just watch? That, but 2.5 hours later.
Right, so it's basically he's redone. Do you remember he did a movie called? Oh God,
Was it the one with
so
the dog?
bad, so bad I can't. Oh God, that. Not that one. Oh man, the one he did after Rock and Roll or before Rock and Roller, and it was all about chess because he'd been playing tons of chess. It was an animated Revolver,
right? No,
that is one of those ones you're like, there's too much going on in here.
The one that reminded me of was The Wrath of Man.
Oh, that was okay. That was kind of actiony. He never wrote that though.
No. Well, he didn't write this one either. Oh no, he did. He co-wrote it with some other guy.
Did I adapt it or something?
It's about this guy Jake Gyllenhaal, who's a master sergeant in the American Army thing. They're in Afghanistan. They get an interpreter, and his entire platoon gets wiped out, and they have to find their way back. And they find their way back to the base, and basically nothing happens. Like they've run into the Taliban a couple of times. They dispatch the Taliban, and they get back to the base. And this is like, I want to say an hour and a half into the movie, so it's an hour still to go. And then it's like 4 weeks later, and he's resting and relaxating at home. And so he's like, what happened to the interpreter? And he goes, oh, we couldn't get him out. And he goes, well, I want him out.
Are you going to spoil this whole film?
You going to watch it?
Not now.
Yeah.
Set your spoilers thing up. It's not just me. This is on YouTube, remember?
Hold on a sec. That's right. That's a good
Two
point,
people watching.
Anyway, so then he's there's more
Sorry.
reruns.
Well, actually, there's 3. There's me as well. Right, carry on.
Anyway, so then he's like, so basically, like half an hour of it, I swear to God, half an hour of the movie is him screaming at the VA to get them this visa that this guy needs to come back into, and then he goes back to Afghanistan for the next half an hour.
Oh my
and
God.
then the movie ends.
Right.
I'm like,
no, you're right. I'm not watching it. That sounds crap.
It's awful. Like,
by the way, right?
At no point did I think Jake Gyllenhaal or whoever the guy is that's the interpreter, I don't know who he is. Did I think they were in danger? I'm like, okay. I was like, oh my God, no, none of that. It was just.
I mean, he's obviously got editing issues, but
pacing issues.
Quentin Tarantino.
It's easy for you to say.
Has got editing issues, but he still makes it. I mean, The Hateful Eight was a 3-hour-long movie.
Yeah.
And it didn't drag because he had interesting dialogue.
Yeah.
And, the actors were brilliant, and I loved that movie.
Yeah. Same as Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as well.
Yeah.
There's bits in
because
it. You could probably
always something.
But there's something in there that you go like, no, that's actually quite important to the story.
Or it's interesting.
Yeah, the conversation where, like, there's a bit in it where he has a conversation with a little girl who's also an actress, and they have talking about the book he's reading and all that stuff. And it's just this really nice dialogue between the two actors on a set. That's what it is. It's just two actors having a chat there, and then you think to yourself nothing of it, and it cuts. I think it goes back to Brad Pitt on the roof fixing the aerial, and then it cuts back to him giving the director notes, and it cuts back to Brad Pitt doing something else. Then eventually it cuts back to the scene where he's like being very violent and all that kind of stuff. And I can't remember what it is that happens.
And when they're filming the actual scene,
but the kid's in the scene, and she walks up after him. She goes, "Mr. Dalton, I just want to say that was the most amazing thing I've ever seen." And there's this really nice kind of like, two actors, one heading to their prime and the other one heading to spaghetti westerns. And it's just this nice setup, and you're going like, that scene wouldn't work if you cut the first scene out.
But you could say it was long-winded, but it's so interesting.
It's a Shaggy Dog story.
And
Shaggy Dog stories are good though.
It's great. I love that.
Yeah.
But Guy Ritchie can't do that type of thing.
No, he can't.
Clearly.
No.
Yeah.
Stick to
Not to say he's never.
London gangster movies.
Well, not to say he's never done some great films, because Snatch is probably one of my favourite films of all time, as is Lockstock.
Yep.
But I'm struggling to find one after that. Aladdin, maybe.
Aladdin, no, that was good.
Yeah.
Not the lamp, not the rat. Something like that.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all it's fit to talk about. So if you got this far and you want to see more of stuff like this, don't forget to hit the old subscribe button, notification bell. You will get timely reminders of when we put something new up. And if you like what you see, don't forget to comment below as well. What's your favorite Guy Ritchie movie between Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Smoking Barrels? And hit the old like button and share on social media, because it really does actually help the channel out. We appreciate everyone who joined live today as well. So thank you very much. And we will catch you in the next one. Bye, everyone.
Cheers. Bye.